Hello, Stampin' Buddies. It is Lori from Lori's Little Bit of Craftin', coming to you for the second day in a row, I guess. I need to get one of my cords out of the way. How about that? Got a quick little project for you today using a product from the mini catalog that's in effect right now. Cute little pumpkins here with candy in them. We are going to feature this punch. I don't know if you can see the design. There you go. You can see my ceiling or whatever too. It is the Sweetest Star punch, and it is on page 47 in the mini catalog. Now, it's part of a bundle. There is a stamp set that goes with it as well. And one of my gals said, oh yeah, there was a star like that in a catalog years and years ago. And if there was, there may have been, but I don't think I was doing Stampin' Up! At the time. But I thought it was cute. Although the stamp set wasn't something that really caught my attention, but I liked the star to make like the wreath. And then I thought, well, how cute would that be to make it as like the top of a pumpkin? So that's what we're gonna do. It's super simple. Let me just put these out of the way. And you only need a couple of little pieces of cardstock. I'll get this out of the way as well. And basically, we need a piece of cardstock that's 3 by 7. So 3 inches by 7 inches. And you're gonna score it at 3 inches. And that's with the light blade on your score or your trimming trimmer. And we're going to score it at 4 inches. All right. So basically 3, 4, and that kind of makes your base for everything. And then we're going to cut off a 1/2 inch. So I've got it marked here. We're going to cut off a 1/2 inch, and that'll be with your darker blade. And hopefully you can see me right here. We're going to take this off. We're going to cut off another strip that's a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to be left with 2 inches. And we're just going to take that off at 1 inch. Now I look over here and I look over here, and it's just kind of like in the middle for the inch. So we're going to take that off. All right. And I'm actually going to fold these so that my writing is on the inside so nobody has to see those. And I'm just going to get them all kind of started there so they're all just folded up into themselves. And then you need to have just your piece of cardstock to punch out your star, all right? And then what I did is I scored on my stars basically from point to divot, and then from the divot to the opposite point, all the way around. So there's just gonna be 5 that you need to score. Not a big deal. And I'm using the very top rail here, and then these guides here that just kind of hold the tip, and then I can line it up. And that's it. So score those, and then I'm just gonna fold on all these score lines. And again, there's only 5 of them. And then I'm just gonna reinforce the points so that it stands up for my little hat on my pumpkins. And then what I did was I added 2 or 3 dimensionals inside and a dimension, or a gem rather. And these are the gold textured adhesive back dots. They're also from the mini catalog, because I thought, well, that'll take the place of any kind of little trundles or anything that's on the leaves normally. So I'm just going to set that aside. Now the adhesive of choice that I used for this was just some tear and tape. And this is actually a roll of tear and tape that's from a paper pumpkin kit, because you usually get a lot of extra supplies in there. So I am just going to start putting these together. And I'm just going to make an X with these little ones. And then with my candy, I put tear and tape on the bottom of that already. If I can get it to peel off without crushing the candy. And I'm just going to set that in the bottom. Hopefully so it's kind of centered here. All right. And then what I should have probably done first is just kind of curled these up a little bit. It'll make it a little bit easier. I should have done that before I stuck the candy on. When I was messing around with these, making my first few, of course, I did it correctly then, but who does it correctly when you're actually on camera, right? And I'm not sure if that's a little bit crooked. No, I guess it's pretty good. And then I'm just going to put these together. And your tear and tape or glue, whatever adhesive you want to use, you could probably use glue dots if they would stick long enough. I'm just sometimes afraid the glue dots won't hold quite strong enough with something like this. But if you've broken down the fibers with your bone folder to curl it up, there shouldn't be as much tension on it. And then I'm just gonna add a little piece of tear and tape down here too, so that I can stick these together. And I see this one's a little bit crooked, but it's really not gonna matter a whole lot. So then I'm gonna take my base piece and do the same thing. We'll put these together. And I feel like my fingers are all dirty. I was doing some projects yesterday that I used alcohol spritzer on the ink. And of course, when, you know, I wrinkled it up for a card, and that's the one that I did for the video, it just gets a little inky, that's all. Not a big deal. So I'm gonna put just a little bit more in the opposite direction. And it looks like that roll is just about done. So I'll have to go grab another one. And then this will just sit in here in the opposite direction. So I don't want the straps going the same way. I want them to go perpendicular to each other. All right, and then I just need a few more pieces of tear tape, but this roll I'm at the end, so give me a second. It always happens, doesn't it? I always seem to forget something. One of these days I'll have everything that I need. So now what I'll do is I'm gonna put a little piece of tear and tape there, so it'll be ready. And then these, again, I should have, whoops. Should have done a little curling on these too. And I don't want to rip them off. But this is Calypso Coral that I used. And then I think Mossy Meadow for this is what I used. All right, so there we go. So now I'm just going to put a little tear and tape on this end. And put these together. And you can just kind of line that up loosely. It doesn't have to be exact because, you know, it's not going to be wrapped up really long. They're going to want the candy out of there. And then we'll put this one on here. And I'll put another little piece here. I'll take that release paper off. And this one. Maybe, there we go. And then just attach those and push it down on here. You squeeze a finger or your bone folder in one of these just to kind of press them together. And then this piece where I already put the dimensionals on, that just gets stuck on the top however you want. And you know what, could even be cute. We've got some stamp sets that have little faces, even like from paper pumpkin kits. You could actually either draw or stamp a face on there if you kind of knew where it was going to line up. But that's it. I got a little pumpkin. So I thought those were kind of cute. You can get them shaped a little bit different. This one got a little wonky because I wasn't paying attention to my tape. But these other ones worked out pretty good. So yeah, that's it. Pretty quick and easy. You could make a bunch of these. I'm actually going to make a bunch of these, I think, for my granddaughter to take to school for her treat for Halloween. And they go fast enough. I should be able to get them done pretty quickly. And she's got kind of a small class, so that'll be on the agenda to get done before the end of the month. So if you do not have it, excuse me, if you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to support you in your crafting needs. And if you already shop with me, I would love for you to shop with me again. If you want this punch, the number on it is 164097. Here's my host code for October. Last month, I put an incentive out there for anybody who placed an order over $75. I would give you a free gift. Those did go out in the mail today for those of you who ordered from me last month. Thank you very much. I appreciate you supporting my little business. I have some lofty goals this year, so I would love to earn the incentive trip. We'll see how close I can get. It'll be a stretch, but you need to have goals. All right. So this month I'm doing that same incentive, $75 order, and that's a product order, so that'll be before your tax and your shipping. But product orders of at least $75, I will send you a free gift. I haven't decided what it'll be yet at this point, but those will go out the first week in November. So I have a chance to process everything through the month. And right now, Stampin' Up! Is offering today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, so October 7th to the 9th, 15% off any of the stamp sets that are in our annual catalog. So not the mini catalog. And bundles are not included. So bundles or suites would not work for the deal. And in fact, if you order a bundle, I did the math with one of my customers yesterday, and the bundle was less expensive than buying the stamp and the die or the punch separately. This is 15%, but it's just off the stamp. So you kind of lose that 10% on the whole bundle. But anyway, it's still a good deal if you're just looking for a stamp set and you don't need a tool to go with it. You can scan this QR code to get right to the Stampin' Up! Page, but also you can scan here or just go to my page, which is LoriMacari.stampin'.com. I think that's supposed to be .net. I'm going to have to check that. But yeah, if you've shopped with me before, you kind of know where you need to be. And yep, that should be Stampin'Up.net. So LoriMacari.stampin'up.net. I'll have to fix my little labels here. And that's all I got for tonight. So if you want to try this on your own, you just need a little bit of cardstock. You can replay this. Feel free to share my video, like my page, and help me meet my goal. I'd really appreciate it. So happy stamping. See you next time.